And hello once again, and welcome to what is a rather breezy day, actually. So you can sort of see right there. Still warm, but also still pretty cool. So it's a very nice late August blend. And since September is actually when things get a little almost oppressively hot, this is kind of nice to have right now. So we'll see how it all goes. Excuse me. But anyway, as for the garden, as per usual, the usual tour here. The roses again just continuing to come in and thriving. As always, the ones on the corners doing the best of all. We've got a couple of the smaller ones in the middle doing well. And again, the Society Garlic and this rose bush actually really sort of the most productive I think I've ever seen it. So we've got some late blooming going on here, which is grand. And as for the bigger bush over here, a few late blooms as well. And some new ones coming in, so we'll see where they goes here in the next few weeks. And moving inside, Society Garlic certainly doing very nicely here. Over here, the artichokes seem to be in a bit of a down phase. This one right here down in the corners you can see pretty much almost out. This one seems to have stalled, for lack of a better word. This one doing nicely. Lots and lots of ants all over it. If I gave you a close-up, you might be a little sort of, I don't say grossed out, but the ants do love the artichoke plants. We'll have to see what further we'll go with here. But I suspect the time of the big exploding artichokes, for at least for this year, has passed. We'll see what the next few months gives us. Over here, meanwhile, in the other section, got some more of the flowers coming in here, but the Malabar spinach doing extremely nicely and coming up very well, and the plants producing excellently. Some of the radishes here seem to have sort of gotten a new boost on life. A lot of the small sort of cherry tomatoes and things all over the place here, so we'll probably be picking a few of those, just mix those into some salads and whatnot. Over here, some late production on that remnant, really, of a tomato plant. But over here, the success story, really, at this point, is the marigolds doing extremely well. Got quite a few of those. The potato plant's still sort of more or less bopping along, for lack of a better term. Over here, however, the aromas have been doing very nicely. We have quite a few here that'll be good for picking, just sort of hidden away and starting to spill out over here, so some nice good growth. The squash continues along. The sort of main squash growth has sort of ended up over here in the walkway, but hey, we can walk around that. As you can see down in there, we have some new blossoms coming in, so there'll be some new fruit to pick, as it were, and we've got a couple of ones right there, a really big one down in there, and looks like we've got, well, if anything, that might be a weed, but we'll see about that over there. And in the meantime, with the tomato plant over here in the middle, kind of not producing too much at this point, sort of nearing the end of its cycle. See one over there, and otherwise they're just sort of sprawling along, but plenty of basil right here, so we'll definitely be harvesting quite a bit of that. And then sort of stepping around, going over here, one or two carrots left, just a small little bit. We may be finally picking up those. And meanwhile, the Molokai and the shisho, well, here we go, plenty of that. So we'll be seeing about picking some of that up and some of the shisho here, so probably start harvesting a lot more of this stuff just to dry, and we'll see about working with that. More of the chard right here, meanwhile, the bed across the way, and over here the old tomato plant is out. It was just removed by Marianne, our garden partner, because it was just a little too wrecked at that point, but we still have plenty of basil, and so we'll be grabbing something of that. And otherwise, the garden continues to look well. It's good weather, good good everything, really. So as we're starting to move more into September, October, there'll be some more harvesting to work on, and then eventually, and perhaps even more importantly, planning for the winter season, winter growing, trying out some other things, and just sort of planning for shorter hours and what our schedule will be like then. But for the moment, we still have these Friday evenings that we can come out here after work and just relax. And all of us here have been very this afternoon after we got off work, and frankly, we have been loving it. So, we'll leave you with a little tour around here to get everything going, and time to start doing some more work. And we'll see you all next week. Actually, I take that back. You will not be seeing me next week. I will not be here. I'll be up in San Francisco visiting my sister, seeing a music festival, but I will report in and see how things look in 2 weeks' time. Until then, talk to y'all later.